Hello, and welcome to Learn to Communicate with me. Today's lesson is on conjugating the verb ser in Spanish. How to conjugate and use the verb ser, which means to be. Let's study the chart. Each of these words are called subject pronouns. The function of a subject pronoun is to replace the noun that you're talking about. Yo, I. Tú, you. Usted, you. Él, he. Ella, she. Nosotros, nosotras, we. We're not going to study this subject pronoun because this is mainly used in Spain. Let's continue here. Ustedes, you all. Ellos and ellas translates to they. The verb ser is an infinitive. It's a verb that's not conjugated. But once it's conjugated, these are the correct forms. Soy translates to I am. Eres, you are. Es, usted es means you are. Él es, he is. Ella is, she is. Somos translates to we are. Ustedes son, you all are. Ellos and ellas son, they are. Note that the form of the verb changes with each subject. Since the verb changes, the subject pronouns yo, tú, usted, él, ella, nosotros, nosotras, ustedes, ellos, and ellas are often omitted in Spanish. I can say yo soy, or I can just simply say soy. Soy means I am. I could say tú eres, or I can just simply say eres. Eres means you are. I could say nosotros or nosotras somos, but I don't have to. Somos translates to we are. Usage of the subject pronouns. You use yo to talk about yourself. You use nosotros or nosotras to talk about yourself and someone else. You use él or ella to talk about someone. You use ellos or ellas to talk about two or more people. Note that ellos also refers to a group of males and females. The subject pronoun you. Unlike in English, there are several ways to express you in Spanish. You use tú when speaking to a friend or a person the same age, someone you know on a first name basis. So I see Jose as I walk down the street and I say, Jose, tú eres de Mexico, ¿no? What have I said? I called out his name, first name basis, Jose. You are, that's what eres means, you are from Mexico, right? Now, usted. You use usted when speaking to an adult or someone you do not know well. Usted, often abbreviated as UD period, you use this to show respect. You see Señor Lopez as you're walking down the street. You're going to ask him the same question. You are from Mexico, right? But instead, you use usted es de Mexico, ¿no? This is very common in the Spanish language. There are two ways of saying you. There's the usted and there's the tú. Notice the rules of when to use it and look at how the verb ser is conjugated. It changed its form when you say tú eres to usted es. Ustedes translates to you all, and this is the plural. In the plural, there is no distinction between male or female. You use ustedes when addressing two or more friends or adults. There's no distinction to whether or not you know them very well or not. Son ustedes de Mexico? Are you all? That's what I'm asking. Are you all from Mexico? Since you are addressing this person and someone else, you have to respond back with we, because you're answering for the group. Yes, sí, nosotros somos de Mexico. Yes, we are from Mexico. I could say nosotros somos, or I could just simply say somos. Somos means we are. However, vosotros, vosotras is used in Spain as a plural of tú when addressing two or more friends. Again, this is a form that you would use if you were visiting Spain. But nevertheless, here we are with the examples. Sois de España, no? Are you all from Spain? So sois translates to are you all? The response, sí, nosotros somos de España. Again, I can say sí, somos de España. It still means we are. This can be omitted, but I have it here. Note that nosotros translates to we. It's the subject pronoun. But I have a choice. I can say sí, nosotros somos, or I can just simply say somos de España. Here's a chart with the English translation. You may pause the video to take note. Now it's time to practice. Answer these questions about yourself. Remember, when you're answering questions about yourself, here's the verb eres, but when you respond, you're going to respond back with soy because you want to say I am. In the question, this will be inverted to are you. ¿Quién eres? Who are you? ¿De qué nacionalidad eres? What nationality are you? ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? ¿Cómo eres? What or how are you like? Here I want you to give me a description of yourself. Remember those adjectives you learned in the previous lesson? If you had taken notes, use an adjective or two or three, it's up to you, to describe yourself here. You may pause the video to practice. So here you would have said soy and then your name. Here, because I'm asking you about your nationality, you would respond back with soy and then your nationality. Norteamericano if you're male, Norteamericana if you're female. ¿De dónde eres is asking where are you from. I am from, soy de. And here you will put your city or your state. ¿Cómo eres? How are you, or what are you like? This question is asked whenever you want someone to give a description of themselves, himself or herself. So the response will be soy, I am, and you would use adjectives. Remember, the adjective has to agree with your gender. If it ends in an O, if you're male, it ends in an O. If you're female, it ends in an A, with the exception of the rules like inteligente, because inteligente ends in an E, so you wouldn't change the E to an O nor an A. You would just say, soy inteligente. But if you were to use, let's say you want to say funny, you would say soy cómico if you're a male, or soy cómica if you're a female. Now, let's continue practicing. Choose words from each column to make sentences. The first column, these are your subjects. The second column, verbs. And then the last column, you're going to use to finish out the sentence. Be sure to make the adjectives agree with the words they describe. For instance, this is an adjective. This is an adjective. Here's another adjective, and here's another adjective. Your sentences have to make sense. I've already conjugated the verbs for you. Just make sure that they agree with the subject. Please go back and review the chart to make sure you understand how the subject and the verb agrees. This concludes our lesson on conjugating the verb ser in Spanish. Thank you for listening. Please hit like or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Learn to communicate with me. Have a great day.